Nadine and Uriel, thank you guys for taking the time out of your retreat to speak to me today. So as we mentioned previously, the purpose of this channel is to discuss sensuality and its many facets, and how does it impact our lives, how can we use it to create more peace and prosperity and pleasure, of course. So you guys have been studying Tantra and Yoga and psychology for many years, and I'm sure you have your own experiences of how sensuality has been a tool to achieve those things. So before we begin to discuss what those experiences are and that knowledge is, can you discuss first what is Tantra exactly, and just the basics for people that don't know what it is?
Tantra is basically one of the ancient traditional paths, and it's usually more less understood than known, let's say. It has quite a reputation to it. But what Tantra as a spiritual path actually means is to live life fully, to come to a very wonderful blossoming of your inner potentials, still staying in the world, growing in the world, learning from the world. In fact, in the vision of Tantra, the universe is nothing else but a big merging of energy and consciousness. You could say a lovemaking scene between Shiva and Shakti, between consciousness and energy, the cosmic masculine and the cosmic feminine.
So what is one major tool in Tantra that uses sensuality for transformation?
So in Tantra we use the Tantric lovemaking itself. So making love is a spiritual practice. Some sit in a cave and meditate, others make love in a tantric way, and it is actually, as a tool, it is not as easy to manage, but it is actually leading you to higher states of consciousness faster than meditation. But the lovemaking is not just we make love and light some incense there, put some oils, put some nice music and dress up like hippies and say it's Tantra. It has some very, very clear rules. So the man does not ejaculate. There is this what we call sexual continence. So the woman doesn't have an explosive orgasm but an implosive one, and in this way the energy of the lovemaking, which is usually gets to a kind of peak and then it is released and you just want to rest after, it is continuously rising and rising and rising, and for this you need to control very well your energies, your passions, your consciousness, and in this way the tantric lovemaking uses sexuality to attain certain peak experience, a kind of intensity of pleasure that takes you out of your ego, that takes you out of the limitations that you knew before. You get to such an ecstatic pleasure, you get to such elevated states of orgasm continuously again and again that you go out of the limitations of your ego.
Now you can imagine that such a lovemaking as we just described is a very intense experience, and one major element to manage such a experience is to combine attention with relaxation, and this is exactly where the element of sensuality becomes very important for the tantric practitioner. To live sensually, to make love sensually, is assuring you to stay exactly at the balance of relaxation and attention.
So as you previously mentioned, the universe shows up in different elements as Shiva and Shakti, as consciousness and energy. Thank you. And so how do those two elements experience sensuality differently?
You could break it down, so to say, that masculine and feminine, consciousness and energy, do express, obviously, also in a man and in a woman. Accordingly, a masculine or the man way of experiencing sensuality is a different one than the woman way or the feminine way of experiencing sensuality. Usually what we can say, what is a sweet vision of this, is that in its utmost experience, the man will center in sensuality, whereas the woman will become sensuality herself. She will be in touch with love, she will be one with love and the expression in sensuality. The man will center in love, will penetrate love, and therefore attract love and sensuality around him.
So the experience of a man, and this is what is somehow learned through the years of practice of Tantra Yoga, the experience of a man is you allow sensuality to be. You do not suppress it, but you stay in your place. You allow sensuality to come, it gets high, it gets low, you stay in your place. You somehow don't interfere. It grows, it becomes intense, you stay center. It goes away, it's less intense, you stay center, you stay centered, you stay centered, and you allow it to happen. You do not suppress it, and you do not amplify it. You're just there in the eye of the storm.
For the woman, you could say it's the complementary opposite of what Uriel just described. So she will express sensuality, she will become sensuality, she will allow herself to melt into it, to merge with it completely, and to express it absolutely freely, without any inhibitions, with a great deal of relaxation. And in this manner, actually revealing her true feminine nature.
So for those people that are interested in experiencing that sensuality, first there needs to be a certain desire created within those polarities. So what are some practical exercises, sensual exercises that men and women can do to stimulate that kind of sensuality in their lives?
So the first indication for the tantric practice is to greatly enhance the two poles of the universe, to become, as a man, extra masculine, you could say, and as a woman to become extra feminine. A little, very simple exercise for women could be to learn, in whatever she does, to merge with the world. If she's walking the street, to merge with the street, to allow the ground to make her move, make her dance. If she stands on top of a mountain, to feel the air making love with her. So to melt with the universe, to melt with the world, will greatly enhance her femininity and her experience of sensuality in her life, but also with her lover.
So for the man, the attitude which leads to, or if you want to amplify your desire and amplify your masculinity in this way, you adore the feminine. And in Tantra, the feminine is everything. The masculine is just consciousness and everything that you see. This whole world is feminine. And the Tantric man has his heart burning all the time with adoration. He looks passionately and with adoration, with love, not just at his lover, but everywhere. The clouds, the sun, the little flower, everything triggers this act of adoration, of sanctifying the feminine through his consciousness.
Thank you again, Uriel and Blandine, for coming and joining me in this conversation. If you'd like to have more information about their classes and their workshops here in Chiang Mai, Thailand, or anywhere else that they might be teaching, you can contact them at...
So you can visit our website, that would be tantrayogathailand.com.
Or you can find us on Facebook, on the page Tantra Yoga Chiang Mai.
Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on spirituality, Tantra and more.
And if you want to sign up for our online classes or for our retreats, you can see our website on the description below.